Hi everyone, I am Aybars and today I'm going to talk about Unity. So what is Unity? Unity is a cross-platform game engine developed by Unity Technologies. Unity released in June 2005. What was the aim of Unity and why it is used for? The aim was to make game development accessible to more developers. Unity is used to create any type of game with an array of features that can be used. Pre-requirements for Unity is C# and object-oriented programming. Which platforms support it? Unity Editor is supported on Windows, macOS, and Linux. Created games and simulations by Unity Editor can support more than 20 platforms. Mobile platforms like Android, iOS, desktop like Windows, macOS, Linux, and WebGL, PlayStation, Xbox, and VR platforms. How to download Unity? Clicking this button will uh, going to this website. By clicking this download Unity app button, it will start the downloading process. After this downloading is completed, you will see a Unity app window. In this window, we have some tabs like projects, installs, learn, community. In projects tab, we have our projects that we already created. In this installs tab, we have the editor versions that we installed. If you didn't install an editor, you can install it by clicking this install editor button, and you can choose the versions from here. This learn tab is provided by Unity. It has some tutorials, and this community part has some blogs, answers, forums, live helps. So we are going to create a new project. There are some templates for projects like 2D, 3D, and VR, AR, third person, and other tutorials. So we are going to open an empty project for 3D. I will name it seminar and set its location to somewhere. I already did it, so you will press the create project button. So it will open a Unity editor screen. So this is our Unity editor screen. So there are some tabs like hierarchy, scene, animator, game, inspector, project, console, and animation. We will start from project. In this project tab, we have our folders of our project. So we have our scenes project, and we can open another folder to our project, and I will name it scripts for now. And I will also create a folder too, and name it material. So this is the folders that we created, and this is our scenes folder. In this hierarchy, we can create objects, effects, lights, audio, video, UI, and camera. I will start with creating a plane object. As you can see, it's come to our scene view. By clicking right mouse button, I can look around, and I will use my WASD button to move like this. This is our plane. So it has some at this inspector tab. It has some components like transform, mesh filter, mesh renderer, mesh collider, and material. So as you can see here, its position X8 and Y2 and Z3, and I will reset it to 0, 0, 0. So its position is set to 0, 0, 0. I can control it by this. As you can see, it sets the move tool. So this is why I can see these arrows. I can move the plane. As you can see, Y value is changing. And if I do this to this part, X value is changing. I will set them to 0. So I have this plane object. So if I want to color it, I will create a material folder. I click to material button. I will name it like seminar tutorial. So this material has some colors, some properties like metallic smoothness. I will just set the color of it to something like that. So I will drag it to my plane object. So as you can see, it is colored. Then I'm going to create an 3D object and capsule. Unity developers usually use capsule to symbolize our player. I will set its position to 0, 1 and 0. As you can see, it stands at center. I can rename it by clicking it. I can make it player. And I want to change the size of this plane by changing this scale values. I want to make X 15 and Z 15. So this is my plane now. As you can see here, our player object has some components. It's again transform, mesh renderer, mesh filter, and it has capsule collider. This capsule collider objects causes to collide with other objects. So if I want to add a rigid body component to it, because I want to do some physics calculations on this object, I will set it mass to 20, and as you can see here, it uses gravity. So if I put it to here and start playing, it will drop down and collided with the plane. So why it stands at there? If I close the capsule collider, let's see what's gonna happen. So it won't collide with the plane. So we can close the gravity. So let's see what's gonna happen. It just stands. The gravity doesn't affect it. So I will use gravity and I will open capsule collider. So this is my object, my player. I will set it to 1. I want to make it move. So I need to add a component script to it. I will create a script, C# script, and I will name it to controller. I use Visual Studio Editor. You can use another things. So at this part, I created a controller class, and it extends mono behavior. And there are some default methods comes with Unity. One of them is start. Start is called before the first frame updates. Another one is update method. Update is called once per frame. So I don't use start at this part. I will declare a variable public float speed, and I will make it 10. Then I want to show you something. As you can see here, I will attach this controller to my player. I just did it by dragging it. So I had this controller script here, and I need to save this. As you can see, I can see the speed in this screen, and I can change it to something, whatever I want. But if you want to prevent that, we can make it private. When I save it, I open my Unity editor screen. I can't see anymore. So let's make it public for now. So this is my speed. I will take the inputs as one by one. I write if input gets k code A, so I will take A at first. If I press A, I want to make it change its position. I will use transform.translate, and I will give it a new vector. I will make it vector 3. When I press A, it will go to left, so I write it left. Then I will multiply it by speed. Then I will multiply it by time delta time. Why I am multiplying it time delta time? Because update method is called once per frame. If we get 60 frame, speed will be different between the YIMI frame. So I want to make it move to other. So I just can copy them. So I want to move it to right. So I will say keycode day and make it right. And I will say keycode W and make it forward. I will say S and make it back. So I save it, then I go back to my editor. Let's take this one. I have attached the controller script to my object, player object. I can move it like pressing WASD button. As you can see, I want to collide it with a wall, so I will create a cube object and name it wall. Let's bring it here, and I will make it scale like 15 and 5. Let's set it to this, and I will add a tag to it because I want to collide with tagged objects. So I will make it tag to wall. Then I will edit my script. I will add on collision enter method. So this method is provided by Unity. It has some collision objects. So let's make it if collision dot other dot tag is equal to wall, because I set it to wall. I want to destroy my object. So let's try this. If I go to wall, it will be destroyed. And this was the Unity tutorial. Thank you for listening me.